All right, geometry kids, we're going to do some rotational volume. All right? All right, so if you look at number one, we have a rectangle. All right, and they want us to rotate this rectangle around the y-axis. So it's going to spin around like this around the y-axis. So if you drew this in, all right, you get another rectangle around the y-axis. And it would form a cylinder if you looked at it, where the radius is this dimension here, is 3, and your height is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're going to do volume of a cylinder basically. So if you take a rectangle and you rotate it around, you're going to get a cylinder. So we're going to use this formula. V equals pi r squared h. All right, we're going to do the exact volume for now. All right, so your radius is 3 because when it goes all the way around, that's your diameter. So that actual dimension they gave you is actually the radius. Pi times 3 to the second times your height, which is 4. Right, and if you punch that in, the exact is going to come out to 36 pi. All right. Alrighty. I'm gonna do 2 or 3 of these examples with you and then have you try some of these on your own. Alright, and I'll post the solutions. Alright, let's take a look at number 2. Okay, number 2, we have a triangle, alright, that they want us to rotate around the x-axis. So it's gonna rotate around this way around the x-axis. So basically, this dimension of 3 is going to mirror on the other side, and then it's going to connect down to this corner here. So if you look, you're going to get a cone where the diameter is this vertical piece, and the height is this piece here. So our height is 5. The diameter is 6, so our radius is 3. This is our radius from here to here. All right? All right, and since we have a cone, we're going to go 1/3 pi r squared h. All right, so here we go. Which, remember, we changed to pi r squared h over 3. All right, so that's going to be pi times 3 to the second times our height 5 over 3. And since our radius is a multiple of 3, we know this is going to work out nicely. So if I plug it in, right, it's 3 to the second times 5 divided by 3. The exact volume, 15 pi. Let's do a rounded answer here. So let's say we're going to the nearest 1. Then I would do 15 pi. Plug it in. Comes out to 47.123. So let's say to the nearest 10th would be 47.1. All right, we're going to do a couple more examples for you. And then you could try these. All right, so take a look at number 3. All right, number 3, you have a circle. Now, we're going to rotate it continuously around the y-axis. Now, if you're not rotating around a line that goes through the diameter, it would not be a sphere. But because the y-axis goes directly through the diameter, we're going to have a sphere here. All right? And remember, volume of a sphere. 4/3 pi r cubed. All right? This time our radius is 3. If you look at it, the diameter is 6, but our radius is 3. All right, so if we want to get our exact volume, 4 pi times 3 to the third divided by 3. All right, and we know this is going to work out evenly. in terms of pi because our base, our diameter, is 3, or if it's a multiple of 3, it'll divide out nicely. So we got 4 times 3 to the third divided by 3. All right, so 36 pi is going to be the exact volume. All right, if we wanted a rounded answer or an approximate answer, you plug in 36 pi. Let's say you want to go to the nearest tenth. We got 113.097. So that's going to be 113.1 to the nearest tenth. All right. Right, a couple of these questions on the next page are a little tricky, so I'm going to do one of these. All right, so take a look at, this is number 7. Let's take a look at number 7, all right? And number 8 is similar, so you really got to pay attention. All right, number 7, it's not as bad as it looks. We're going to rotate this rectangle continuously about x equals 1. So x equals negative 1. So x equals negative 1 is this vertical line that's going down the middle. And if we rotate it around that means our radius, which is 3, is going to overlap on the other side of that line. So it's going to look something like that. All right, and it's going to rotate around. So it's going to, base is going to be a circle. And since we have a rectangle to start out, we're going to have a cylinder. All right, so we're going to go V equals pi r squared h. All right, our diameter is 6, right? All the way across, this is 6. All right, but our radius is 3. And our height, it goes from 4 to negative 3, so that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have a radius of 3 and a height of 7. All right, so pi times our radius, 3 squared, times the height. All right, that's going to come out to 63 pi. Which is exact. So if they want the exact volume, remember, you got to leave it in terms of pi. If they wanted an approximate answer or a rounded answer, then we're going to plug in, right? And here I'll show you that 3 to the second times 7 is going to be 63. 63 pi comes out to 197.92. Let's say we want to go to the nearest whole or the nearest 1. 198 would be your answer to the nearest 1. All right, so try the rest of these questions. I'm going to post solutions, and have a good one. All right, talk to you soon.